Good morning, students. Welcome in video lecture of electronic devices and circuits. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss unit number 1 as JFET. In previous video lecture, we started with this unit number 1, and in that video lecture, we completed the topic Introduction to JFET. In that, we discussed that what exactly the JFET, how the JFET is constructed on. JFET, it is having the three terminals: source, drain, gate. JFET, it looks like a BJT, though it is a similar to BJT, but there is a difference in between BJT and JFET. The important difference is BJT, it is a current operated device or current controlled device, whereas JFET is the voltage operated device. So here, by applying the input voltage in JFET, you are controlling the entire flow of the current in the JFET. So this is the main difference in BJT and JFET. After that, we discussed the terminals of the JFET like drain, source, and gate terminal, as well as the fourth one is the channel. That thing we discussed as the important point of a JFET. Then in previous lecture, we again discussed the types of the JFET, that is P channel, N channel. These are the main two types. Just we briefed that particular thing. We also going to discuss in this video also, because after the construction that particular type should be there. That's why once again I repeating in this particular video lecture. Now in today's lecture we are going to discuss the how the JFET it is constructed one, and its operation, that means how the JFET exactly working one. So we are going to discuss the first point as the construction of a JFET, and along with we are going to discuss the operation. In construction, sorry, I am not written the title because under the main title I considered all these things. But students, just you consider this slide under the construction of a JFET. So here I have shown two figures. One is for P-type JFET and another is the N-type JFET. Right? These two I just here mentioned one. If we see carefully in this figure shows the basic construction of a JFET. See, in the first figure, the green bar, it is shows the P-type material. It is having the P-type material. And here, in second figure, the gray bar, it shows the N-type material. So, and whatever the small part is there in P-type or in P-channel FET, that N-type material having the gray color, it is diffused one at the sides of this bar. This shows the gate terminal. Similarly, in this N-type channel, the green type of a material, it is diffused at the bar of this N-type channel. At the side of this N-type channel, it shows the gate terminal. Okay, so here if we see, I said in the figure, you just carefully see these figures. Now whenever you want to construct this JFET, so here if suppose you want to construct the N channel, then N channel JFET consists of P-type material, right, which is substrate as the side of the bar or diffused at the side of the bar, so that there should be, or it creates the junction, and the diffused region it is called as the gate. If the p-type bar is there, then n-type substrate it is diffused at the side of the this p-type channel or p-type bar, and the region of this n-type material of substrate it is called as the gate. And here the where you are diffusing this n-type material on the p-type bar, that area it is again form the junction as the p-n junction. Similarly for the n channel is there. So likewise this particular constructed it is done using the semiconductor material, right? And depending on the construction process, the that whatever the carriers that may be, you can see that charge carriers you are calling it is a for the that particular JFET. If suppose you are considering the p-type JFET, then the holes are the charge carrier for that particular semiconductor bar. And if suppose you are considering the semiconductor bar as the n channel, then electrons are the charge carriers for that particular large number of that particular carriers in the that JFET. This is the, you can see that whenever you are constructing like that it is done one. And here whenever you are suppose considering the n-type device, then electrons are flowing, majority carriers which are considered in the n-type channel, they are flowing from the source to the drain. Similarly in p-type channel, the majority carriers holes are flowing from the source to the drain. So the long bar, long channel semiconductor material, okay, it is having some sort of the ohmic contacts at each end of that particular bar, which is creating that end as the source and drain. That means source and drain, it consists of some sort of the ohmic contacts. And the PN junction, it is formed at the side of the both side of the bar by substituting the opposite type of a material substrate, right? This is the construction of this particular JFET, that may be p channel, that may be n type of channel. Guys, remember here, whenever you are considering the p-type channel, at that time you are using the n-type substrate to form the p-n junction, and the region it is called as that particular substrate which is formed on this channel, p-type channel, that region is called as the gate. Similarly for the n channel, in n channel bar you are using the p-type substrate to form this particular p-n junction at the both side of this bar, and the region it is called as the gate, where the substrate you are diffusing. That means by using the alloying and diffusion process, you are constructing this particular JFET by forming the junction at the both side, and having the region as the gate regions at the both sides of that particular thing. And these two regions are again connected by with each other, so that they can form a single gate, right? This is the you can see that construction of a JFET, right? Now as the construction which is done, accordingly the field effect transistor, again I said that it whatever the majority carrier it flowing through this particular JFET, that functionality it is depends on that majority carriers may be electrons or holes, right? And by considering the construction of this particular JFET, these are the main major points are there, important points are there, that is gate, source, drain and channel. I already discussed in previous lecture this thing, but I want to repeat here because after the construction you have to remember these things. So gate it is again developed by diffusing or by using the alloying technique on the both sides of that particular channel. That channel may be N type, that may be P type. Suppose you are considering the N type channel, then you are diffusing the P type material on the both side of that particular channel so that you can form the PN junction. Right. If suppose you are using the P-type channel, then you are diffusing the N-type substrate so that PN junction can be formed. And whatever the region it is generated, okay, that doped region it is generated on that particular bar, it is called as the gate. Second is the source. Again, it is the entry point for the majority carriers through which they are enter in the semiconductor bar. That means from this source point, the majority carriers are entering in that particular semiconductor bar, and they are passing from that source to the towards the drain region. Now, drain. It is the exit point for the majority carriers through which they leave the semiconductor bars. That means the whatever the majority carriers are there, they are leaving that semiconductor bar through this particular drain point. And the entire whatever the area that may be N type, that may be P type material is there, through which the majority carriers are passing one from source to drain, that entire area it is called as the channel. It is called as the channel. So remember these 4 points because you have to study or you have to again consider these things in a future concept of the JFET. So by considering the construction, this is the exact how the JFET it is formed one, and this by using the junction or gate terminal, you are controlling the whatever the current which is or whatever the majority carriers they are flowing from the source to the drain, and these majority carriers which are flowing from the source to the drain, they are carrying the current, or due to that current it is, you can see that flowing the JFET. Okay. Now, up till now we discussed the exactly the construction, how the construction it is done by using the diffusion process and or allied TQ that gate terminals are formed one, and the bar which is considered as a semiconductor bar. Okay, then how that particular source and drain it is considered one, that we are discussed. Now, by considering that point of view, here I want to discuss the operation of the JFET. Now, before discussing this particular operation of a JFET, I want to give two examples. Suppose you are having one garden, and in that garden you are using the hose pipe to gardening that particular, or you have to watering that particular in the garden. You are circulating the water in that particular garden by using the hose pipe. Now, if suppose whatever you are pouring the water through the hose pipe, okay, that hose pipe, if suppose you are squeezing one, if you squeeze that particular hose pipe, then the flow of water, it is again, you can see that you are making less one. The flow of water you are making less one, right? Just memorize that particular situation, right? That means you are squeezing the hose pipe which is carrying the water, right? That hose pipe it is carrying the water in the garden, and you are squeezing that particular hose pipe. Due to that squeeze, what happens? The flow of water it is getting less. And if suppose you are squeezing tightly one, completely you are squeezing one, then what happens? At the one moment that water flow it is comes to zero position. Okay, same it is happening with this particular JFET, right? If suppose you are interchanging the hose pipe with the JFET, right, the water flow with the current, then you will get the idea about that particular how the you are controlling the current in the flow in the JFET. See what I am saying here. If suppose you are interchanging hose pipe with the JFET, now here hose pipe is not there, there is a JFET, and you are replacing the water flow with the current. That means here JFET it is carrying now current. Now the current it is considering to flow through that particular channel, and that particular current you are going to control one, right, by means of applied voltage between the VDD and VS. Okay, that is one way, but it is not entirely controlled one. You are conduction in that means you are considering cutoff and full conduction, you are considering one, but how exactly the current it is controlled one, it depends on the that particular flow of, or you can see that whatever the flow of majority carriers is there, it depends on the voltage applied to the gate terminal, right? In the figure just I explained that particular, you are considering that this D point which is indicating the D terminal which is indicating the drain, S terminal which is indicating the source, you are applying the, and this is a n channel bar having the p type substrate at the gate side. So whenever you are applying the positive voltage to this particular channel, right, that means through drain you are considering the positive voltage and source is the negative, and you are kept the gate open. That means whatever the junction is there, right, due to that open situation, it is forming the that particular junction as the might be having the barrier width, it is developed one. Okay, due to the open situation, their barrier width it is developed one, and the current that means in between two barrier width, that current it is flowing. That means their majority carriers are flowing one. That means from source to drain, it is that majorities are carrying one. Now, if suppose conventional current you are considering, then ID current it is considered one. That ID current flows through the drain toward the source. Right. So before going to directly to the exact working of applying the voltage to the gate, one more example I want to give you by considering the flow of water. Okay, when okay, you are consider the example of a cock, that means basin cock, basin you are having in your home and water cock is there. Whenever you are considering that cock it is turned on, that means totally on, that means it kept open, that means total flow of water you are getting one, that means the flow of water is the heavy one or large one. But if you are controlling the knob, okay, that cock which is having the knob, if you are making that or you are controlling that particular knob, that means you are controlling the flow of water, you are minimizing the flow of water. See what I want to give the example here, in which manner, and what I want to explain that thing. You are considering the cock, that cock it is a knob, right, and the output of that particular cock is nothing but drain, and input is the source, that means it is collecting the water and it is draining the water at the output, right. Now when the knob it is turned totally on, that means you are getting full water, the drain terminal drain of that particular cock it is getting full one, right. But if you are controlling the knob, that means you are controlling the flow of water at the drain side. And if you are making that particular knob totally off, that means there is a no flow of water. This is the another example. Likewise, the hose pipe. Now, here in figure I shown the exactly construction of this that particular FAT, JFAT without having the voltage to the gate terminal, right? Only here the junction it is that whatever the PN junction is having, it is having the barrier width Okay, that barrier width, it is as it is constant one, right? And whatever the ohmic region is there, in between that ohmic region, that whatever the flow of majority carrier it is there from source to drain, it is as shown here. And the conventional current, it is flowing from the positive VDD towards that particular SS, that means from the D terminal to S terminal as the ID. Now, as I given that example, likewise we will discuss the once again the operation of the this particular JFET, but in this case we are applying some sort of the voltage to the that particular gate terminal. Now, in this, as I discussed that when there is no voltage across the source and gate terminal, the channel becomes a smooth path which is wide open for electron to flow from the source towards the that particular drain terminal, right? That I just explained. But if suppose you are applying the negative voltage to the gate terminal, that means you are applying the voltage between the source and gate, and that gate terminal is because it is the n channel, so gate terminal you are making negative and source as the positive. That means you are generating the reverse bias for that particular PN junction, right? Whenever you are considering that situation, at that time that whatever the barrier width is there, it is getting increasing. That means now you are controlling the voltage. And if you are increasing that negative voltage, suppose you are initially applying the 0 volt, so accordingly that barrier width it is developed. If suppose you are increasing that particular gate voltage, that means in a reverse direction, so say -1, at that time again the barrier width it is getting increased. Barrier width in the sense depletion region. That depletion region it is getting increased. That means both side of that particular bar, they are increasing the depletion region when you are applying the gate terminal of having the reverse voltage. That means you are making the junction as the reverse bias, right? You are biasing that junction as the in the reverse condition, and due to that barrier width it is getting increased one. So whatever the path you are getting from source to drain, it is again get minimized one. So previously it is having the in a normal position, whenever you are not applying it, there is no gate current. At that time large amount of the majority carriers are flowing through that particular path, but now the barrier width are increasing one. Only that particular that very small area, narrow area, it is getting to flow that particular majority carrier between that barrier widths, right? Whenever you are applying the reverse bias, right? And if you are increasing this gate current, or sorry, gate voltage, then again that particular barrier width it is getting, or that depletion region it is getting wider one. And when they are touched to each other, at that time there is no flow of carriers, majority carriers from the source to the that drain region, right? And this situation when occurs, at that time this position it is called as a pinch off voltage, when there is no current flowing through this particular drain to source. We'll see what exactly pinch off voltage, what is the ohmic region. We'll see that thing in the next lecture. But the here how the operation is happening here. Okay, so it is said that whenever you are applying the reverse voltage to this in between the source and gate terminal, this makes the PN junction in a reverse bias condition, which makes the channel as the narrower by increasing the depletion layer, and could put the JFT in a cutoff or pinch off region. Cutoff or pinch off region. That means whenever there is no gate voltage, at that time there is a, you can say that there is a large amount of current it is flowing from the source to drain. But whenever there is a, you are applying the gate terminal having the negative or reverse bias voltage, then as you are increasing that particular voltage slowly, then that barrier width it is, or depletion region it is getting a wider one, and that particular channel becomes narrower one, and through that narrow region you will whatever the majority carriers are flowing in a less manner. And one point comes when that both barrier width or that depletion region they are met to each other. At that time there is no flow of electrons or whatever the majority carriers is there. That is a there is a no flow, and due to this condition there is a no flow of a current. Okay, that position is called as the pinch off region or cutoff region of a JFET. Got this thing? Okay, I will explain this thing by showing you entire figure and what the registration it is, register it is considered. See, in this figure, okay, the depletion region, it is considered one, which is reverse bias by using that particular gate terminal and source terminal. And that source and drain terminal is applied with the VDD, which is also called as a VDS voltage. Okay, when there is no voltage in between the, or you are not applying the that particular voltage to the gate terminal, at that time, see the whatever the PN junction it is happening at that region, okay, at the gate region or that particular both side of that particular bar. Okay, at that time, large amount of the this is the N channel JFT. So large amount of the majority carriers. That means electrons are flowing from the source to the drain. Okay, now and due to that flow of majority carrier, this ID it is nearly equal to IS because entire whatever that current which is we are calling as the conventional current, it is passed through this particular channel toward the source. So this ID it is equal to the IS. So you can say simple ID current it is flowing through the bar. Okay, now see carefully this particular figure, right? Now, when you are applying the voltage between the gate and the source, right? By considering the that particular uh, reverse voltage or okay, then here what happens? This PN junction, whatever the gate terminal is having, that PN junction it is get reverse biased one. It is get one reverse bias. And due to this reverse bias, right? Due to this reverse bias, okay, that depletion region it is getting wider one. It is getting the wider one. Now, if suppose you are increasing the gate to source voltage continuously, slowly, then what happens? This particular depletion region, it is getting wider from the both side. Okay, and they are touched to each other. That means during this condition or during this operation, the flow of electron it is getting minimized one, or you can see that get less amount of electrons flow from the source to drain. And when they are these particular depletion region they are touched to each other, made to each other. Okay, at that time in that particular channel there is no flow of a majority carrier, and the once this situation happened, at that time there is no flow of a current happen in the this JF. Now, here, if you are considering that particular depletion region, which is having the larger area at the drain side, if you are considering this thing, so why it is happened? Because the if for that you understand, for that better understanding, I just explained in the form of the ohmic concept of this particular JFET. See, at the right side of that, I shown the resistors. Whenever there is a that means you are applying the voltage in between the drain to source. At that time, the entire bar it is divided in number of resistors. Starting from the that means some voltage, okay, 0.5, 1.5, 2, for example, it is considered one. Whenever you are considering that 2 volt, that means entire resistance it is considered for this particular bar. But whenever you are considering zero point 0.5 volt, that means the whatever the resistance it is there, that means here the bar it is having the different whatever the resistance are considered, having the different voltage drop across that particular resistance. Across that particular resistance. When you are moving towards the depletion region, drain towards the drain terminal, the resistance it is getting increased one. That ohmic region it is getting increased one, and that's why the entire that particular bar it is having the higher resistance or large amount of that particular resistance. If you are considering the towards the source, it is having the small resistance. But when you are moving towards that particular drain, it is having the large resistance. And due to this condition, okay, the whatever the barrier width it is considered at the junction, that is again having the some larger area at the this particular drain site, that having the drain side, and due to this condition there is a high resistance it is developed at the drain side, high resistance at the developed at the resistance drain side. And when the that particular two depletion region are made to each other, at that time this particular JFET is having the higher resistance, high impedance, you can say that it is having the high impedance, right? And due to that situation, there is no any flow of the current it is happening at the that particular terminal. It is a, you can see that as the theoretical concept, it is a there is a no current, but there is a some sort of the current it is flowing through this particular JFET, right? So this is the, you can say that operation of a JFET, right? So whenever you are varying this particular VDD from 0 volt to higher range, then that particular voltage it is divided in the number of that particular voltage drop, and it is happened due to the resistance of this particular bar, resistance of this particular bar. Okay, okay. Now, if suppose you are applying the voltage in between source and gate, that reverse bias voltage you are applying here, and gate it is having the negative terminal. Though here I mentioned the positive and negative voltage here, but exactly the this particular source it is having the positive and this gate it is having the negative, so that PN junction it is made reverse bias. Okay, at that situation, this particular depletion region it is getting increased, and slowly I am varying this particular voltage. That means whenever I am varying this gate to source voltage, at that time the this depletion region it is again increasing from smaller area to the larger one, and due to that this depletion region it is becomes a wider and wider, and when they are met each other, that means there is a no flow of a current in between the that source and drain, right? So this is the exact operation of this particular JFET. Okay, now, but considering the construction and the operation of JFET, there are two types of the, already I discussed this particular thing, there are two types of the JFET is there. One is the N channel JFET and second one is the P channel JFET. Okay, now this slide shows the N channel JFET. If you are observe this particular symbol, then arrow indicates that inside that particular inside one, so it is, you can understand that this is the N channel, N type, because it is having the P type material. That's why it is a arrow it is indicated to towards, that means inside one, right? Remember that particular symbol. And here the bar it is considering the N bar, and the opposite side or both side of this particular bar it is diffused with the P type material, which is forming the gate region, right? So this is the N channel. Similarly, the P channel, here you are using the P type material, and that particular bar, the semiconductor material is the P type material, which is forming as the one channel, and both side of this particular P type material you are diffusing the N type material, which is developing the region as the gate region, gate terminal, right? Okay, and by applying the that reverse or forward, whatever that reverse voltage to this gate terminal, that you are controlling the current through the or you can say that controlling the flow of majority carriers. If you are observing this particular symbol of the P channel, so arrow indicates the outward side of this particular, okay, in that particular gate terminal. That means it is the N type material you are used one. So that this symbol it is getting the indicated as the P type, P channel JFET type. Okay, so the operation, whatever the consider for the P channel, it is same for that particular, not just I discussed that particular N channel, it is considered for the same for the P channel. Okay, only the polarity of the supply it is getting changed one. The entire operation it is considered for the same. Okay, okay. Now today we discuss the exactly how the construction it is done of this particular JFET, okay, and how the that particular gate terminal it is formed on, and by after the construction of the doing the that means construction of this particular JFET, how the working of that particular JFET it is there, that we discussed one. That means whenever you are keeping that gate terminal as open, then all currents it is flowing through that particular drain towards the source. That means full majority carriers are flowing through the source to the through this semiconductor path from the source to drain one. Okay, that thing we discussed one, right? And when you are applying the voltage in between the source and gate terminal, then that you are making, that means by applying the reverse voltage to this gate terminal, then you are making the that PN junction at the both side of this particular bar as in a reverse bias condition, and due to that depletion region it is getting increased one, right? That means you are controlling the flow of majority carriers. In the sense, in conventional current, if you are talking one, then you are controlling the flow of current through that particular semiconductor bar. Okay, that thing we discussed today. And depending on the construction of this particular JFET, again this P type and N type, these are the two types of the JFET transistor. Okay, whatever the consideration it is done for the N channel, it is same for that particular P channel one. Okay, that is the thing. So if you are having any query or doubt related to this particular operation as well as the construction of JFET, you can ask me anytime. I will clarify these things. So student, be touch with these particular points, study well, and if you are having anything, you can discuss with me. Okay. Thank you guys. Be safe.